Hello everybody and welcome back. It's me, Shweebe! Hello and welcome to the final grand tour of the Gamer Mansion. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody who helped make this community project as huge as it is. This house is literally worth $1 million plus I think like 30,000, a little under 30,000 total, or simoleons technically. But this was something that I started back when I first got 200 subs. This has been a long-standing project all the way up until I have gotten 800 subs. So this has just meant a lot to get requests in and then just make rooms and dedicate it to those people who requested it. So I really just want to say thank you. But as I said, we're going to do a huge grand tour starting from the bottom floor. We'll work our way up, then we'll go down to the lower floors, and I hope you all enjoy. So starting with the bottom floor, let's make our way through the main door that leads to the Gamer Mansion itself where all the fun rooms are. And I already noticed a problem. At one point, I clearly had a proper foundation here, but never moved the stairs. So there's just a set of stairs just in the way. That's kind of funny, I only just noticed it now. But while I'm busy working on other rooms, it's very rare that I ever go back and look at the previous rooms. I will say the entire first floor was made when only the Sims4 game was out. There were no expansions, so a lot of these rooms will be very simplistic until we get to the higher floors. So as the main foyer for when you go in, it's pretty basic. It is very basic. I do like the white and blues. I actually really love the fact that I put the knights just kind of standing there like, yeah, this is a mansion. What now? We'll slice you down. Don't they look kind of Dark Souls-y-ish though, just a tad? Moving on to the first room that was ever requested for the Gamer Mansion was a giant swimming pool requested by Directionally Challenged. Now, I didn't know at the time that you could like switch out flooring and stuff, so the flooring that I had here, I thought that that's all that was available. In Sims 4, instead of just having like a huge list, you would click it and you could pick different colors just with that style. I didn't know that at the time, so these are very basic colors. I still like it because it was, you know, it's a starting point. I included hot tubs, a grill, a picnic area for them to eat, and just kind of a loungy area with a bar that I realized no sim could actually get into because this is here. I'm not going to make huge adjustments along the way, but enough for it to be feasible for people to get in and out of. Oh, but this was really nice as the first one. And how I made the homage for Directionally Challenged was I took these arrows that I found in the art section and put them in different directions, because his name's Directionally Challenged. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Moving on, the next room that actually leads from the swimming pool area is the health and wellness room. This one was requested by Phoenix. I wasn't quite sure what to make originally, so I decided to do a half like workout room and half meditation room with, you know, a couple of showers, because let's face it, you go working out, you're getting stinky after a while. But I made the workout room very basic, like, you know how you've always got the running machines and everybody's got a TV to themselves. I even put in the little boxing things, I don't know what they're called, training bags, boxing training bags, whatever, and then the pulley downs and the push-aways, yeah, those are in there too. And then the meditation room, I love because it looks so inviting and cozy. And they even got incense. I love incense. But going away from here, we shall go over to the library. This one was requested by Savory Kurt a long time ago. And again, this is well before I knew like you could change stuff and whatnot. This library, I had it to where it was a books-only library. No computers or anything like that because there's upper floors and stuff that have tons of computers. But anyways, this is strictly just paperback library, and it's really cool. The one thing that I wanted at the time, but didn't have the expansions available at the time, was I wanted a secret door that just looked like a huge line of like bookshelves and stuff, which they do have, and you could like go from one room to another, because I wanted that to be like right here into like the extra books and libraries and stuff, and the only way you could get in there is if you knew, but this works out in the end because I made it to where this rather huge library leads out to the secret garden that was requested by Exoma. I gotta say, I really love how this secret garden turned out. It's gorgeous. I kind of went for like that abandoned but overgrown but still luscious feel of just really pretty garden stuff. Like, it looks like at one point in time it was very high maintenance, but just kind of left by itself after a while. Not really sure where the pillars and stuff would have come from, but they're there and I like them. I especially love this little overgrown fountain that has flowers and stuff in it. It's so cute. Moving on to the last room on the first floor, a lot of you had wondered why the very final room that I did for the entire Gamer Mansion I didn't dedicate to myself. That's because when I first built this, I dedicated the kitchen to myself because I have always dreamed of having this ginormous kitchen that I could just have every single appliance available. Now, again, this is well before all the other expansions came out, so there's still obviously room for me to add appliances and stuff here and there. But look at the size of this kitchen. It's huge! It's got a giant island for whatever the heck I want to put on there. Huge garbage recycling bins, the liquor cabinet and all that. Nice old-timey stove. I love that. And then boxes for preservatives. And of course, the bathroom. I don't quite understand why the bathroom itself has a tub. Then again, it looks like I made an exact copy put over here. I believe I left those there for the swimming pool originally. But I don't know why I didn't put showers over here to attach to the swimming pool, because it's always been a thing for us. Before you hop in a pool, you gotta shower off, just so you're not putting body sweat in the water. So I don't know why I didn't do that then, but maybe in future plans, I don't know. But it also leads to this really nice sized dining room. Like, look at this, and I love the colors, the red and brown. Perfect for getting people hungry. Now, going from the first floor to the second floor, right around here is when they started coming out with a couple more expansions. As you can tell clearly from the next foyer, look at how nice this is. It's got couches, the nice flat screen TV, books. All the doors are different for like almost every single door is different in some fashion for the room that they're leading to, which I thought was a nice touch. But to start off, we're going to work our way on the left-hand side. And I actually love that I left the glass windows here. That's perfect, because this is the dance floor that was requested by DJ Leomac. Now, this dance floor is actually based on a place here in New York called the Turning Stone. Their dance floor it's amazing. They have this huge flat screen TV along with the DJ booth and the dance floor, and every song that the DJ plays, it puts up the music video on the giant flat screen. Of course, we've got surround system and everything, so it's amazing. Plus, there's lights that'll do like this little light show on the floor while you're getting nuts. And obviously there's a bar, because what dance place doesn't have a bar? And if you don't feel like dancing or you just need to relax for a little bit, I put some seating arrangements in the back. And of course, you can always get some snacks. I made it to where, assuming this place would like hire butlers or, people that would work in this particular room, they can hook you up with a couple of snacks. That way you can just, get your blood sugars back up and then go right back on the dance floor and have some more fun. Moving from the dance floor, we're moving our way over to the theater room. This one was requested by Foyer Gaming. Now, for those of you who have seen the original video for this, you'll know that it looks a bit different compared to what is up. Because what had happened was, when I had gotten done with that video and recorded everything, for some reason, it didn't save the room. The room was gone. I was like, oh no! So I had to rebuild it from scratch, or at least most of it from memory. And I did tweak a couple of things here and there, but overall I tried to put it back just the way it was before. And the funny thing that I noticed later was both Foyer and DJ used black and red, so I thought this was kind of appropriate that they were both on the same side. And obviously the black and red is because it's their favorite colors, and I was like, this is perfect. And yes, we've got the toilet rooms right here for whomever. Actually, we have it on both sides of this place because with a lot of people being on this floor, either for the dance party, the theater rooms, or the other rooms that I'm going to be showing off, you're going to need them. Going over to the right-hand side of the room, we go into the art room that was requested by Meows, or Meowsers at the time. I really like this room. Like, this is an art room I would want for myself. I did tweak it a little later on because more expansions came in. There used to be, like, I think there was like a pumpkin carving thing here, and I was like, well, that's not really artsy, and like there was just like clutter back here, so I decided instead, why not put these mannequin things that came in later expansions for like drawing still life or learning how to draw muscles or figures or things like that. And of course, I mean, your basic, like, drawing flowers and fruits, still there. And because Meowsers is a huge photography buff, I decided we'll put a huge thing where he can practice doing photography, and it'll be perfect. Now, you'll notice that there's this tiny little hallway because this house is designed so odd, but as soon as we go back here, it's the arcade room! Oh my god, this one was requested by Galacticat, and I had a lot of fun putting this together. I've always wanted just like a giant gaming room that had, like, you know, the arcade boys and things like this. And this is actually, it's like a virtual thing where everybody sits at one thing and it's like, it'll pop up like a hologram and you can play video games that way. I was like, this is the future. I want this. This is a karaoke machine because I figured, yeah, why not? If you're gonna be in a gaming room, you might as well have, like, the singing games, like the Let's Sing or the Just Sing or Sing 2017 or 2018. They're coming out, you know they are. So moving down the line, we make our way to the nature room that was requested by Mystic Poet. I really like this room. I thought it was very cute. The carpet that I chose is supposed to look very foliagey and like grass-like. And the wall, I had the hardest time choosing what I wanted because there were still a couple expansions that weren't quite out at the time. So I made it that sunset look that is kind of similar to the one in the meditation room, but I think this is a different tone. But I really like this room. There's planters in here, there's wooden benches, and then this is an indoor waterfall. How cool is that? And I decided, because it is technically the nature room, why not have a huge glass windows over here, that way you could see out to the secret garden. And it's just cute. I put in stone tables and stone, just pretty much everything naturey, and then I decided to add fish because, I mean, they're a part of nature. It's pretty. Why not? The funny thing is, these bushes technically count as a toilet. I believe they technically count as a bed as well, which is strange. I haven't actually really played with the Sims, like the people themselves, that much, so I don't know. But you can find this in the toilet section. I thought it was kind of funny. Scooching down the hallway just a tad more, we make our way up to the recording room that was requested by Firecore Fantasies. Now, this was actually one of like the first 5 that was requested, but because it was taking me so long to do the Gamer Mansion, I didn't actually get to doing it until much later. But I love the final results for these. I made it to where each room was huge, soundproof, because, you know, who doesn't love soundproof? There's no windows in them, so that way you're not fighting with light. And these are technically security cameras, but I figured that these would be hooked up to these really souped up computers. That way you can get different angles. And instead of fighting with like a green screen that's like, you know, portable, this wall back here behind them is all green screen with the paint, so it's perfect. They could just go wherever they want, and it's there. They don't have to fight with it. And then they have control of the huge lights here for special effects if they want it. And then the rest of the room is nice and dark, so lighting doesn't bounce off in every which direction, which is perfect. And for the last room on the second floor, this one was requested by Everyday John. He wanted a balcony, so I decided to take it up just a little notch and made it have a rather romantic vibe for the couples that might be going into the Gamer Mansion. So of course it's got the really fancy ivory piano. It's got seating arrangements for 2. Oh, so cute. It's got the love benches, the roses, the pretty flowers. I don't know what these are, and just, you know, and this of course is a nice area for them to dance the very slow dance of romance and lovey-dovey stuff. I figured it'd be perfect, and they don't have to worry about weather, because if y'all look, it's covered by the 3rd floor, which we'll be going up to in just a second. But this is perfect, so even on those light summer rainy days or like hurricane level stuff, it won't mess with anything on here, especially the piano, because you gotta think, pianos are expensive, so this works out. Making our way over to the right-hand side, this first room is dedicated to Vinny from the Pyramid Inn. He wanted a Japanese theme, and I think I pulled it off rather well. The only thing that I wanted that wasn't available was I wanted real tatami mat floor, which they didn't have, so the next best thing I could use was this very light-colored panel floor, or just like wood plank floor was the best thing I could find. And I used earth colors because if you look at traditional Japanese style rooms, they tend to use more browns and golds and things like that in their rooms. And then of course red. I figured why not, because red's a very poppy color, and I included all kinds of bamboo, and look at these pretty pictures of bamboo. I did add a slight modern touch to it with the TV, because, I mean, come on, even they've got TV. You cannot deny it. They've got TV, they gotta keep up with the world, too. And this nice, pretty bonsai tree. Or bush. I don't know if it's considered a tree. But this room is perfect for studying and just kind of relaxing and hanging out. And then I made it to where that they had the shogi doors right here, which leads to a very simple bedroom, and I love the blue color because blue is a very relaxing color. So for the bedroom, it's perfect. And added just a little touch of plantage here, and this is probably one of my favorite pictures of a sakura tree. This is just gorge. Now, going up just a tidbit, we make our way up to the blue-themed room that was requested by Icy Gaming. Now, I got a lot of comments asking why didn't I just make everything blue with the same color of blue? That way it was so hard to get out of. Well, I wanted to, but unfortunately every item in here doesn't have the exact same color of blue. And I had honestly thought about making everything blue as much as possible, but I wanted it to be on a more, like, you legitimately are living in here. If everything is blue, you'll go insane, and I'm not that much of a sadistic person, not really anyway. So I made it practical. I went with white and blue, and it's blotch of brown because for some reason the bed, if I had the blue and white sheets, it never came with a white bed frame for some reason. That was the only thing that irritated me. Going up from that room to the butterfly themed room. This one was dedicated to beautiful butterfly gamer. Her favorite color is purple, and via her name, she's a gamer and she loves butterflies. So I found anything and everything that I could possibly find that looked like or represented butterflies, and I used various purples. I kind of, much like the blue room, wanted all of the purples to match, but looking at it now, I'm kind of glad that they don't, because I feel like that would be a little too much after a while. So the fuchsia purple that we have here, and it's not really lavender. I don't really know what color purple that is, but with this royal purple here, it works, I think. And of course, she's got like this really pretty room, all kinds of butterfly stuff, and she's got her very own gaming tower, and she can do her YouTubes and stuff, and I just really thought this room was very cute. Now, making our way to the left-hand side, we go over to the fancy themed room that was requested by the Afro Show. I really liked this room too. Like, it is the epitome of fancy. All of this stuff is top dollar. I really like this bed. Like, or the bed, I think it's called a headboard thing, whatever. I don't know. I haven't had a bed with the headboard since I was like 10. I just have the mattress and bed frame and stuff like that. That's all I got. But anyways, I really thought this was very fancy. It has a very Victorian-esque kind of feel to it, or look to it anyways. It's got this very fancy little rose, and everything in here looks like it's antique to some degree. So I think it really pulled off that whole fancy look, and everything just, I have a feeling you go in there and you just breathe in and you could smell the fancy just oozing off everything. And heading upwards, we make our way over to the Siphonator's room, where he wanted a sports-themed room. I love the color scheme for this room. Green, white, black. The reason I chose those colors is because it's actually part of his avatar and banner, and I thought it was perfect. Me personally, I'm not a sports person, but I love the color of this room. I would personally want this color room because I just love it so much. But I added everything sportsy as possible. I put in all kinds of trophies and medals and signed jerseys, because if you are a sports fanatic, you've either got signed basketballs or signed jerseys, signed something from your favorite athlete. So I figured, because originally this was all one single room, and I was like, well, if you've got the guys over and they're being loud and somebody just needs to pass out, but you don't want to wake them, but you want to continue being obnoxious, essentially, I cut off the room very similar to how I did the Japanese room, and just made it to where this is the bedroom. Provided you are allowed in and everything is kosher, you can make your way over to his fabulous, amazing sports entertainment that is surround sound, so you don't miss a single thing that the announcers say. And of course, you've got the adult drinks, and snack bar, and all kinds of stuff. Making our way up, we make our way over to the tropical themed room that was requested by AMX Horror Games. This room came out, I feel, very nice, because I wanted the carpet to kind of resemble sand, like he was on a tropical island, hence tropical theme. And then I used the sunset-esque wallpaper that looks very pretty, and put tons of fishy things in here, and what looks like island furniture made out of like bamboo and things like that. And of course, why not put in a tiki bar with tons of alcoholic beverages and stuff just to add that coup de grace to the room? I feel this room made the tropical theme very well. Now going to the last room on the 3rd floor, you guys will recognize this one because this was actually the previous video on the Gamer Mansion series. This was the edible garden that was requested by my mom, and like I said, the reason that I decided to dedicate this last room to her was because without her getting me the game in the first place, I don't think I ever would have come across it or possibly found any interest in it later on. At least, I don't know. But, I've had the Sims 1 since I was like 13? I was very young, and Sims Making Magic was one of my favorite things because you could do garden stuff and make gnomes come to life. It was really cool, and I have followed the series since then. So it's all been thanks to her, and I really like how this edible garden came out. I got her to watch the video later. A lot of you are asking if I got her to see it. She did, and she really likes it, and she loved the explanation that I gave for the whole setup and how things would work out for her. So we have one last place to check out, and that would be the basement. So let's get started, shall we? Now the first room that we come across, this one was requested by Mini Skills. It was a cute chamber, basically where you are tortured with all things cute and cuddly, and I went nuts in this room. I made everything pink and pastel colors and cute cuddly critters. Even the chairs have pink panda faces on them. And there's cute snacks and pictures and cute cuddly toys. All the doors have cute pictures on them and stuff. I think really the only solace you're gonna get out of this entire place is maybe the bathroom. It's kinda cute, but not really. It has a single cute seahorse, and he mocks you as he sits on the wall just like, ha ha, you're never getting out. Going past this, though, we make our way over to the bowling alley. This one was requested by It's a Trap Production. I really like how this one came out because this is an entire expansion. It was just bowling stuff. I was like, yes, I'm using everything that's available. Though I had to be a little creative because the one thing that they didn't have, which I was surprised, is the little scorekeeper thing with the electric buttons and stuff, and they beep and boop. They didn't have that. So I had to be creative and come up with like a corkboard system or something. You could just like fill it out. Like old school, you'd have like this paper that you'd fill out as you played. But I mean, if you're just there to bowl just to bowl, then go for it. But of course, this place has a snack bar and stuff and trophies and a jukebox, because why not? Every bowling center that I have ever gone to always has some really kickin' tunes while you bowl and have fun. Now, if you go to the left of the stairs, or the right, depending on which way you're going, you're gonna make your way over to the huge, enormous pet room that was requested by Pixelesque. This is actually the biggest requested room, and the reason is because the Cats and Dogs expansion, there was so much stuff that was in it. I figured, why not use everything that they have available, or at least as much as I could, and shove it all in one giant room, but technically make it like 3 different things all at the same time. So, this includes the veterinarian office here, a waiting room, and a place where you can like do tricks and stuff and teach them stuff and sell, and it's cool. I made it to where that this was both comfortable for the Sims and for all their pets that they have. So this worked out perfect. I honestly think this is probably one of my favorite rooms because of just how like detailed and nuts that I went with this. Moving on to the final room. This one was requested by Tychus from The Right Gamers. It is a horror themed room. Now, for those of you who did watch the pet theme room, I explained how I got it to connect. these were the doors that I originally wanted in the library that was up on the first floor, because these are actual doors. Look at this. Hang on. Let me see if it'll let me turn it around. Look at that. They're legit doors, so you can get from here to here, but only if you know about it. And I made the horror room as spooky as possible. Vampire lore and just all kinds of, there's cobwebs and actual spider webs, and I'm already freaking out because it looks so gross. But I made it so very like occult-like and just dark and spooky. I mean, there's a chandelier, that's the only light in this entire room, and there's coffins. Who wouldn't be freaked out? I'm already freaked out, and I'm actually getting kind of looking at that spider web because I recently saw a spider and it freaked me out. There you have it, my Shweebles, the community project, the gamer mansion for YouTubers and just gamers alike. This entire mansion costs over 1 million simoleons. How amazing is that? We made $1 million mansion for us gamers. If I could actually 3D print this whole thing to like actual size, that would just be heaven right there. Who wouldn't, honestly, want this with all the various rooms that it has? It's so cool. So once again, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's helped make this project a real thing. It's been a lot of fun. As of right now, I don't know if I'll be doing another one of these, at least not soon, because it took so long just to do this one, but I had an absolute blast putting it together and making everybody's requests come to life. So until then, my Shweebles, if you loved it, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's hear them battle cries. Woo! Yay! I'll see you guys in the next episode.